Parental Unplugged.
Well, it starts in the home. You know,
Yeah.
the father's not in the home. The boy will
Yeah.
find the father in the streets.
Parental Unplugged, I'm looking for love. We come from them broken homes. Single mama, no father involved. We need more fathers involved. I don't need applause for shit that I do.
We are in the BK Parental Unplugged podcast, and I am your host, B. How. You know we're here. Let's chop it up. So today, this is a new thing that I am doing. It's a live stream in the BK. It's lagging, but we gonna work with it though. We gonna keep it going. So before I get started with doing my intro of everybody that's here in the live stream, I want to give a shout out to my I want to give a shout out to my sponsors. Clarity Water, one of the most refreshing alkaline water with 9.5 pH level. Also, Backstock Resale. We stock and won't break your pockets. And lastly, my wonderful and great production team, Seven Nation Film. All right. So today I'm introducing one and only Aunt the General, who's already been on the podcast. He's here as a co-host today. I have my cousin, Stephen Arnold, coming on a live stream from Cincinnati. Cuz, tell the people who you are, where you from, what you got going on.
What's up?
Who you are, what you doing?
Well, my name's Stephen Arnold. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio. Grew up on the west side of town. And I'm 37 years old, and I got 10 kids.
That's a starting
10
five
kids.
and 5 off the bench.
Well, I got a whole, hey, well, we can play soccer. What y'all want to do? Hey, I got a power forward. We can do it all.
So with having 10 kids, I know there's a lot of, ups and downs, some good and bad. But like I said, give the people some of your life story on, your transitioning to becoming a father and how you got to where you at now, because I know a lot of your journey personally, because again, we family, we same age, grew up around each other, got on each other's nerves. I done sick my dog on him, had my raccoon chasing, all type of stuff. So, but
Yeah.
so
Hold on. Wait, Brian, you're not gonna just let that fly by. You had a raccoon.
Man, they had, listen,
I had a pet raccoon, and I had a dog. I had a people biter. We call them people biters. So I had basically my personal guard dog that would chase all my cousins out my room.
Yes.
Especially, he was one of them. He was the main one that, he was that cousin just always nagging. He didn't want to stop. He was aggravating. Love him to death, but he was just that, he didn't do anything for you, but he was just that cousin, man. He just like, oh man, go on, man, go.
I was telling Aunt that, like, man, I'm that one cousin come over, start all the problems, and go home on the weekday.
Right, exactly. And the funny thing about Stephen, Stephen and his sisters and other siblings and stuff like that. These kids, that's why I said this generation of children, man, they don't know how to live, man. Little cousin was coming all the way from the east side, the west side, from Moosewood. Moosewood Court is a low income housing subdivision, townhomes that was wild, crazy. I only been out there a few times, and then when I was out in Cincinnati working,
And he cried.
nigga, yeah, right. So. Yeah, they listen at an young age. They were catching a bus from that's like a 30-40 minute bus ride, from downtown Cincinnati to out to Licking Heights in the suburbs.
Yeah.
So, man, if anybody could tell you how hard and rough it was growing up and being mature at a young age and stuff, Steve and my other cousins could. You know what I'm saying? They definitely could. 'Cause like I said, it was 6 of them. So they were all over the place. He taught me how to ride the bus. I didn't know how to ride the bus. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
So yeah, getting back to it. This, like I said, the podcast is set up, highlighting fathers. Like I said, and has already, blessed the podcast. We're coming on talking about co-parenting and how he was, pretty successful raising his 2 daughters, and now, as he did state, he just now stated not too long ago that he has another grandbaby on the way. Now, which daughter is this that's having a grandbaby?
The same one.
The same one. Oh wow. So yeah. So he, like I said, Ant came on and talked about the co-parenting and now how he's a grandfather and now better be a grandfather too. Do we know if it's a girl or a boy or still early?
No, she only like 4 weeks right now. So.
Oh, okay. She's still okay. Cool.
At least you got to know early. At least you ain't have to find out like I had to find out.
How you had to find out? That's why I said go ahead and get into your.
We're gonna start at the beginning.
Start at the beginning then.
So I had my first child. I was 15 years old. I actually was my first summer actually living in Lincoln Heights. We had moved to Lincoln Heights so I could play high school football.
He was out there being fast.
With my cousin Brian, because I always wanted to be like him. He played for Princeton, so I wanted to play for Princeton. Mom okay, we're going to get you from the west side, get you up to Lincoln Heights. I didn't even know I had that much family out there, so we moved out there, and I had my first son. Actually, I was going from 8th grade into my 9th grade year. I was going in as a father. Back then they had parenting classes, so you take the classes for a credit. You know what I mean? So I did that and stuff. So I had my first son. He'd be 21, in April 1st. I had him at 15. That was rough because, a kid having a kid and you trying to be a father, you actually growing up with that child. So everything that you go through as a father, as a man, as your journey of becoming who you want to become, that child going right with you. So it's different because, when you got kids that you have once you get older, they ain't got to see the ups and downs and all that. They see who you born into now. I'm the man. I'm a mature man. I was a boy. I was a 15-year-old boy with dreams and wanted to do this and wanted to do that, but it don't always work out like that. It's just the hands you dealt. Sometimes you get a hand, play spades, you get nothing but hearts, and you just stuck. So you're just getting cut until you get another better hand. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that was my hand that was dealt to me as fatherhood. To starting off. And I can say I did it. I started that myself. That was my fault, my responsibility. I chose to do that what I had to live with. But it was rough. It was rough because you get into situations where am I gonna finish school or I'm gonna get some money? So okay, you first
take your time, no rushing.
The first off, I'm the oldest of 6. So I know what it takes to provide for kids because I was there with my mama. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
All the struggles, the ups and downs. I knew what comes with that. That's the only part I knew. I didn't know about all this good stuff now that I'm doing. I knew about the struggles of being a parent. I didn't know about the good love and you get to hug them and they, hey, daddy, or have them feelings you get when you walk in the house and all the kids rush you at the door. I didn't know all that. I just knew mommy crying. We got to get some toilet paper. We got to get this. We got to get that. So in my head, the first thing I thought about is how I'm going to make some money to provide for my son. So either I finish school or I go or I find a way to make some money. So it was his mom was in 11th grade. I was coming into the 9th grade, going in my probably 9th or 10th grade.
No. We was in the 10th. We was in the 10th. I remember.
You graduated before me.
Yeah, I know. But I'm sorry to interrupt. But we were in the 10th and you was in the 9th. We weren't in the 11th yet. Yeah. So I know, I know the story. I was there. You got it. So, cause look,
go
ahead and talk, man. My bad.
Nah, listen now. You gotta think. I got 10 kids with 1,000 things in my head running. I couldn't take their birthdays off the top of my head, boy. Hey, I just know that I got it going from starting March all the way to October is number birthdays.
Right.
That's all I know.
What's funny while you talking, I'm like, damn, I can't even remember my 2 daughters' birthday. He got to remember 10. 10. I was literally thinking that. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
So it got to I just made the sacrifice like I always did because I was the oldest. I always make sacrifice. It didn't matter to me. So I just let her finish school and I did what I had to do to try to get some money. I shot dice. I cut grass. Hey, me and my cousin, he used to take me catch turtles. We used to do anything to get some money. You see what I'm saying? But
I did because I ended up selling them to the daddy. I sold a couple of them. Yeah, they ate them things, man. Yeah. So
it
yeah,
was,
I remember.
it was anything to make. It was anything to
Cincinnati
make
got
a
a
dollar.
different hustle. Y'all was selling turtles.
Man,
I was selling. Listen, and I would have Steve carry them. That's how bold of an older cousin I was. Even though we the same age, but he still treat me like, you know what I'm saying, as an older cousin. I was like, cuz, you gotta carry that turtle. I got all this other stuff I can carry.
Hey, one time, man, I carried a turtle. And the turtle, it was a snapping turtle. This motherfucking turtle done bit a hole in the book bag by my butt, right? he like, I'm like,
I said, stop acting like a sucker, man.
I said, cuz the turtle bite. Yo, shut up, it ain't biting you, just keep
No, the funny thing is, the hole was already there. The turtle just made it bigger, so I knew the hole was already there because it wasn't fitting the bucket. It was too big to fit. And this, we was fishing in the creek, so the creek. Yeah. You like, man, you wouldn't think it wasn't nothing that big in the creek, but it was. Them things. I was catching big, huge snapping turtles out of the creek. I became a snapping turtle catching master. But
man, yes, it was.
Man. So
but yeah, that was part of my journey too. So I did that, but like having him at an early age, it's like that was difficult. That was real difficult because I had dreams. Like, you know what I mean? I get it's kind of emotional now because like you think about all the sacrifices you made and just to get to this point. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, and I ain't even there where I want to be. So it's still a journey I'm going through, but I just made it. I had to make sacrifices. You got to think, I came out with Gold Glove champ 7, 8 years in a row. I fought pro. It was all kind of stuff I could have did. But I had that baby. So it was like I had to give everything up. And that was my first introduction into fatherhood. So, and I went through that stage of not giving a fuck and saying, you know what I mean? I ain't doing shit. I'm tired. It's too much. You see what I'm saying? And some fathers can't admit that. But that's the key to healing. That's the key to getting to the next step of fatherhood, I feel. Because it's different levels in life. And fatherhood, you go through levels too.
Right.
So
definitely.
You gotta admit and accept.
Basically, you gotta, like you said, you was a boxer. You know what I'm saying? We was boxing. You, like I said, you put me on to it, but you basically, you're using that, that terminology of rolling with the punches. Being able to throw. You got to be able to throw some. You know what I'm saying? But also you got to be able to take one too. So you took some punches. You took a lot. That's why I say I want you to dab into how you took those punches in life and how you was able to deliver them back and let them roll off to, like I said, becoming the man that you are now. And, because you have a story yourself, and that's why I want you to dig deep. You there. I just want you to keep going. I don't want you to stop. You know what I'm saying? In reference to
I can't stop because it's true. Some people make stuff up. This is my life. You feel what I'm saying? This is me.
Definitely.
I mean, no matter if I'd already accepted it, I ain't worried about what nobody else even thinking or care about it because I was not perfect on this journey. You feel what I'm saying? So I can sit here and say I went through my deadbeat stages. Yes, I did. I can sit here and say I made some wrong decisions even when it came to making decisions for my son at the age I was at. Yeah, I did.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like I even went to the streets. I went to the streets. I sold dope. I did a lot of stuff that I wish I didn't do, but I had to do because, like you said, I'm not just gonna keep sitting here and taking punches. It's not in my blood to take punches. And the punches at that time, at that age, was all fatherhood punches. It wasn't like these mothers think that we had these kids and we just because we're not around or we're not right there present, that we don't have the emotions that they have tied into these babies.
Right, exactly.
So therefore, even when you're not around, you still in your head know that you got a responsibility to take care of. A real man would.
Right.
Most definitely.
So like, with that being said, and it's just one journey with one child.
We ain't tapped in.
It's 9 other kids. So this journey with him, I went through selling drugs, going in and out of jail, I remember at one point in time, it was a time in my life that I went to jail every month for years, once a month, to where I used to watch TV and be like, I wonder if I could stay out of jail by the time that movie come out.
Damn, that's deep.
Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like a movie come on, Ghostbusters coming out April 20th. I wonder if I can make it to April 20th.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But this is the journey that my son had to go through with me. Not only I can sit here and say, okay, say what I'm saying, but it's also affected him. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
And I was a real bad alcoholic. I veered to drinking. Because of all that other stuff. I veered to drinking. I was drinking at probably like 17, 18. I'm talking about drinking to the point to where getting the liquor wasn't a problem because you had money and anybody that was around you that was broke, that was older, would go get the liquor for you.
Right.
So I tried to cover it up with drinking. I became a real live, full-blown alcoholic at the age of 21. And most people start drinking at 21. Now I'm talking about wasted. Every day, wasted, just because of this journey called fatherhood. Because no matter how much you tried, it always felt like it was always something. And it's still like that to this day. Even OG Ant just said, man, I got another grandbaby on the way.
That's another
this shit don't end. He successfully raised his kids, he said, his daughters. But it don't end. We don't never stop having that father.
You never stop parenting. And that's the thing. Like, we never, no matter how you may look at it or think about it, like, you're going to be parenting to the day they put us in the dirt. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it. From the grandbabies being involved, so you're going to continuously grandparent to parent to the day I feel they bury us in the dirt. So, but
and what's so crazy about that? I was just thinking about something because I'm thinking about my journey. You making me reminisce. At the age of 18, my 18th birthday, I was signing child support papers. My 18th birthday, I spent in the courthouse at 800 Broadway signing child support papers. You see what I'm saying? So even I already got the mental damage done to where I'm trying to provide for this baby, but I can't provide for this baby because I'm not even old enough to go get the right. I wasn't even mentally stable. Mentally,
you weren't already there.
Yeah,
to understand what was going on. You just knew that.
UPS. Oh, I'm gonna go. Go back to school. That wasn't my mind state.
Right.
And before I could even get to that point, they already taking money out of my pocket.
Right. So along with that journey, would you say that, because I don't think, if I can remember, I don't know how long you and your first son's mother was together. Can you say that not having that relationship and staying together with her caused a lot of friction too, in reference to that brought on more of issues in reference to, like, hey, I'm young, trying to learn how to be a father and do this father thing and get a job and all, because I didn't finish school. So did she have any play or any role into, that transition to the issues that came along with, you transition?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I was a hoe. I give a fuck about that shit. You was 16, 15. I stopped messing when I was 17, 18. Then you come around, you might hit here and there, but it was like I had that I don't give a fuck my attitude. So when you don't care and you don't feel like you got nothing going for yourself, man, I don't give a fuck her.
Right.
That's one relationship I can say out of all my relationships with all these other women, that's one woman that I can say it was her doing was never affected until a different stage of life, but it wasn't emotional. It didn't cause her actions at that time didn't cause me
didn't
to
affect
be
you.
the way
Basically,
I was.
Right. Basically, they didn't affect you. It was just you.
No, it didn't affect me.
Okay, that's what. Okay, yeah, there you go. That's why I was trying to get across.
See what I'm saying? It didn't. It didn't emotionally affect me. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like and to me, I'd be cool. I'm cool. Like, I mean, she's still mad, but I'd be cool because it wasn't nothing there. You feel what I'm saying? It was young and dumb. You know what I mean, I wasn't even supposed to be in your house anyway.
Right.
How old is your first son? First child?
My first son, 20. He'll be 21 April 1st. I'm 37. If we didn't get that on the record. So I'm 37, 10
He said
kids.
we didn't get that on the record.
I'm 37, 10 kids, and a grandbaby on the way. So my oldest will be 21 April 1st. My youngest is 1. He'll be 2 April 18th.
You the Cincinnati Nick Cannon, huh? You go,
Man, listen. So, but look. See, now look, when you grow, you start learning shit. You feel what I'm saying? So I learned that medical care when you stay at I've been in my job 8 years now, but you learn like, oh shit, I got medical care. What you do with medical care? You go get vasectomies.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
He said, hey, so what's it called? Hold on, cuz. What is it called again?
A vasectomy.
Vasectomy, cuz.
Hey, they know what the hell I'm talking about now.
right.
You want to snip, cut it out, time out.
All right, so let's fast forward. So we know what you went through with your first baby boy is about to be 21. So going to that next journey, that transition from that stage in your life to where you went into the second stage of your life where you had the other 4 babies?
4, yeah, 4.
Yeah. So let's go into that. Tap into that.
So basically, I had him. I think he got a gap between like 5-6 years. So I was just in the zone for a while. Then I met my other.
And how was your relationship during that? Right. Well, hold on, cuz. My bad. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Your thing lagging, but now you good. So how was your relationship with your first baby boy in that time frame of transitioning to where you got into another relationship and start having when you had your other set of children?
And being honest, like some guys, now listen, let me tell you something, bro. This thing called parenting, like some men are purple about this. I didn't have no good relationship with him because of my doing.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. Taking responsibility.
Some men won't admit that.
Right. Taking that responsibility.
You feel me? That's
being
why
accountable.
Be accountable for the things that you could have did that you didn't do that you did. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we ain't gonna we can say the mom had a part, okay, manipulating her, yeah, kids do that. But if I would have, now that I'm older, I'm mature, y'all, I'm 37.
Mm-hmm.
If I would have kept my foot on their neck like I've been doing with these last 4, it would have been different. I know I could change the outcome now. You see what I'm saying? But then back then I didn't know that you could actually change the outcome by being just present and putting pressure on the mom and doing different stuff that you can do to make a difference in the child's life.
Right.
So yeah, it was terrible. Me and my son's relationship actually didn't get good until he was probably about 16, 17. From that time all the way up, it was in and out of his life on the fact of his mom get mad or I'm with another woman or I'm not feeding into her shit, like stuff like that. But also, I could have did what I had to do and go down to the court and whatever I had to do to make the stuff work, which I didn't know the system. I just thought the system was just there to get child support.
And see, a lot of men think the system is always against them, but not knowing that sometimes if they get the right assistance and right help and be a little more active in like making that difference, that the system can work for them in their hand too. But I think it's so much programmed that the system never works for the males anyway because it's set up for the female. So I can get why you went through that and didn't understand that, because nobody told you. Nobody sits down and
that's what I was gonna say, because it gotta be what it is. A lot of young fathers ain't knowledgeable on what they can actually do, because even if the system that is built against us, but it's loopholes in everything in life. It just depends on how you're gonna go about it. Like they could try their best to keep doing whatever they want to do to try to make you. What it seemed like the system. I'm gonna tell you this: the system is set up. We say it's set up against us, but it's really not. It's just to give us a hard time, to deter us, to make us feel like we ain't gonna get nowhere. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
no,
in
definitely.
all actuality, they just put, every time you make one step, they put something else in front of you. So they trying to deter you to make you to be like, oh, I don't care. No, you know what? Fuck it. I'm done with this shit.
Right, exactly.
But in all actuality, all you got to do is when they do that, just take a step over, take another step over, take another step over. Because that's all it is.
It's patience.
Yeah.
Patience. It's being patient.
But when black men think with their emotions, there's no patience involved.
Yeah. I always say think with your brain, not your heart.
Ooh.
Yeah, and you gotta think and you gotta think when it comes to the kids, that is all emotions. That's heart. That's what you love. That's what you'll die for. So anytime you go down there and you file for anything, you doing that with some emotions. Goddamn it! Some of us did the paperwork crying. Man, I'm tired of this motherfucker, man. This shit, you know what I mean?
Right.
Oh yeah. But back to the other four, I had them. I got 2 girls, 2 boys, Lil Steve, Kanye, Naija, and Ariana. I had them. Boom. Now you got to fit. You got 4 kids, and now you gotta make sure your kids know each other. So now you gotta try to intertwine them and make it the best with that.
Blending. Do some blending of the family.
Yeah. So it's like now you put yourself in a hucklebuckle because you started at 15. Now you 22, 23. You got 4 more kids back to back, not no resting, back to back, stair steppers. And now
same mother.
Same mother. So for those who probably want to know, I got 4 baby mamas. So it's like I got 2 sets of 4. I got 2 sets of 4. One with my oldest son mother, and I had a side piece that I had a baby with. So that's 10. And being honest, I also say I possibly got 11, but I don't never not claim that child.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Everybody in my family know about that possible child. We just never met him. If he popped up right now, it's on and popping. Come on, let's go.
And then the funny thing about it, and cuz kids all got his like facial like they all different skin tones, but you could see the face. They like, oh, that's Steve, them Steve kids, that's Speed Knot kids. Like they all
and they all got the same last name.
Yeah, not only that, yeah, but the whole the features in the face. That, you know, our genes sometimes is strong, man. You can see, you can see our kid. It's so funny, man. So, but yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry, cuz. Go ahead.
So I had the 4, and ended up having a 5th one in the same relationship where I was with the same mother, whatever, had a side piece. But now that make it to where I got like 6. And then I broke up with her, and then I'm married now. I've been married for 6 years. We've been together 10. I got 4 with her. So now I got 10 kids. And people be like, man, how you do it? How you do it?
How do you do it, cuz? Tell them.
Man, it's not as hard as everybody think. So when you come from a big family like ours, my mama broke the kids down and broke us down in groups. Not being funny, it was 3 boys. It's 4 boys, 2 girls. And when it was time to get shoes, the boys would get shoes, and then the girls would get shoes. You see what I'm saying? So with me using that
same procedure,
that same
concept,
same structure. It's not as hard as people think because, all right, you know you about to go buy 5 pair of shoes, right? Okay, you're going to buy 5 pair of shoes. You just got to make sure you ain't got to buy 10. Sometimes you ain't got to buy 5. Sometimes you can buy 3. Some kids don't need what that same kid need every time. People don't understand that. You don't have to go buy everybody draws at one time. Everybody ain't grow out their draws, buddy. Everybody ain't grew out their socks. Everybody don't need a new bike. Like right now, my oldest son need a transmission. Naija don't need a damn transmission. You see what I'm saying? But that's different. That's just the breakdown on taking care of your kid. And you got to have a strong hustle. You can't be lazy.
But tell them what you do, cuz. Tell them you a jack of all trades, cuz.
So basically, like I got a property preservation company. I do foreclosed houses for the bank. So I go and do property management for the banks. I learned that skill from my first son grandfather. They used to take me to work. That's how when I dropped out of school, I started working for their family business. So I learned them trades from there. So I never went to school for it, but I learned the trades from them. So I took those trades, and then I did I'm doing the property preservation. I've been at my job for about 7-8 years. I didn't get my first job till I was 30. I know I was 25, 26. No, I was probably like 30, close to 30. Like 30. Yeah, I was going in. I was working multiple jobs. Like different jobs. I work at the car wash. I work here.
And you
but
doing
I never had a
and you still do
consistent
the lawn care
I got a
service stuff
landscaping
too.
business. I do
Yeah,
landscaping.
landscaping.
I got the landscaping business.
I
do
sold you some. I
landscaping.
sold you some stuff off Backstop Reset.
Yeah. I got the landscaping business. I've been doing that for a while too, and I breed American bullies, or turn kennels. I breed those.
Well, turn it. You got to turn your phone. Turn it. Turn it to the. I don't know, the right, your left. Oh, your thing, so you can see it. Or turn your phone. Yeah, one or the other. There you go. We can't see it, but all right. Yeah, we know. Our turn kennels.
Our turn kennels _
doing big things.
Instagram.
Yeah.
I got the Facebook. I'm a jack of all trades. I don't, and you know what? The key to doing this is to swallow your pride. As a father, as a man, as an entrepreneur, you got to swallow your pride, because there's some things that, man, I used to sell soap sticks. I had converted to Islam also on this journey. And I used to sell incense in front of Kroger where I made seriously, I made $10 a day.
No, I got you.
$10 a day, sometimes 20, off of selling soap sticks, incense.
I got you. I didn't even know that. See, that's new to me.
I used to, when I stayed in Water Hills, right in front of the Krogers.
Oh, I didn't even know.
I used to have to take the $5, $10, whatever I can, because I wanted me a Boone's Farm wine. I just told you I used to be an alcoholic.
Right.
So I used to have to get diapers, whatever I had to do, whatever you got to do to provide for these kids, because they ain't asked to be here, you got to do it.
Mm-hmm.
What's the dude name from Cincinnati? They got the song "All Hustle No Luck."
Lantana.
Santana. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Lantana. Yeah, Lantana.
It's a Cincinnati thing. All hustle, no luck.
All hustle, no luck, man.
Yeah.
And that's just being honest. Like I always been like that. Before it was even stuff like that, I was shooting dice. I come out the house with $1. I'll be out there shooting dice all day.
Yeah.
I'm talking about all day.
Definitely, yeah.
All day.
Right there in the Valley Homes in the Gap.
Listen, I walk home pocket full of money. But back then, I didn't have a son. I had a mama and 5 brothers and sisters. So I go back to my mama like, "Mama, look what I got." To the point where they be like, "There go your Aunt Linda's, your Aunt Linda, your aunt," trying to make me 7 out. "There go your mama, there go your mama, there go your Aunt Lola." They trying to, because I used to be out there. But you can't, you gotta have a hustle hand. With these many kids, and you think you just about to, "Oh, I don't want to go to work today. Oh, I don't want to do this." Oh, no, get up, nigga. Get up. Get up.
You know, I got a friend. I mean, y'all probably know him, Joe Little. He with the singing group, the Rude Boys. He had like 10 or 11 kids, and like to watch him go through it. Luckily, by the grace of God, he was a celebrity. You know, he had a real career.
Yeah.
Songwriter for Levert, you know, everything. Girl Levert. So, but I'm like, damn, trying to imagine somebody like you talking, and I'm sitting there trying to imagine what would I do if I had 10 kids. How would I? Because it was a struggle for me with 2.
Yeah.
You know, and mine was like the reverse of yours. Once I found out I had my girl was pregnant, I quit selling drugs. I didn't want to go to jail.
Yeah.
So like I literally, I didn't get my first job till I was probably like 25. I went literally from selling drugs, walking in the store. I was telling Brian and flirting with the girls. I was getting found with my card. It's like, fill out an application. I done lied on the application. And that was on a Friday. Long story short, they hired me on Monday. So now I'm working. I'm like, damn, I got a job. 2 days later, I met my kid's mother.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't know how we was going to be together at that point. But then when she got pregnant, I just stopped selling drugs. I was like, I can't go to jail. Because I went through, like, you know, hearing you, I'm like, damn, everybody got their own struggles. Like, mine was similar to, I boxed professionally. So Don King is my uncle. So I was getting in trouble here in Cleveland. And they sent me to the boxing camp with Tyson to get away from trouble, and I ended up boxing.
I didn't know
there.
that. I didn't know that,
And
bro.
then, you know, it's just funny. I'm like, damn, I boxed too. I was selling drugs, like everything. No matter what city you in, we all got similar stories.
We got all similar stories, man.
We all definitely cool. And like
come from the same like, struggle, but different cloth.
You had a child, and it made you want to like stop selling drugs. I had a son, and it just made me aggressive as hell. Because it was like, I'm going to die for this little nigga to eat. You hear me? Like, I'm going to die for him to eat. Anybody, I ain't playing with you. None of that. You got to think, I only weighed 100 pounds.
Yeah, we was light.
I weighed 119 pounds.
Cuz was like a little pit bull, man. I swear.
All I had was
Don't get him
these.
started.
All I had was these. So it was like, man, listen, bro. I just had to get this money. And then, like, that's just all it is. And like you were saying, man, that's just, like, I didn't get that
switch click. That switch click for when like, you had that baby boy that's like, oh man, what the heck? Oh snap! I gotta get to it.
That was the wrong switch though, and that's being honest.
yeah.
Because no, I'm gonna tell you. You know what? Listen, y'all. This is 10 kids later, and I ain't never told nobody this. You know when that switch hit? No, it was not 8 kids later. That switch hit when I had Amina. Amina is 7. Well, 5. 5 years ago, that switch hit to where like, but I had been stopped selling drugs and stuff like that and all that, but that switch hit to where like, damn, these babies, these are innocent souls. They really depend on us. Like they ain't got nothing else. Like it's just like wow. And I done had all these kids. I done seen all my kids born. I done been, I've been in my kids' life. You see what I'm saying? But this one in particular just made me hit that switch like you said. I ain't going to jail. I'm going to keep me a job.
So
She's going on.
Go ahead. You know what happened though? I think now that I'm listening, I'm like, what made me stay? Luckily, my first job, my average check was $4,500. So I didn't have, no reason to go back. I was doing it, and then my kid's mother, she was well off. She was making good money, so both of us together, so I didn't have to relapse. So it was like, and then like when I first started, it for me, but my cousins that I was hustling with, they was giving me money to keep me from doing it. And then so I feel you. Like hats off to you. I salute you.
Yeah, because and I'm gonna be honest with you. I do got a job, and I've been at my job. My daughter, I got that job, and I got the job because they was about to lock me up for child support.
Yeah. I
didn't want to go to jail for child support because I just did. I was tired of going to jail, so I'm like, man, I'm gonna go get a job so they leave me the fuck alone. 5 years later, I look up, I'm like, damn, I'm still at this job. So I'm like, damn. Then I look like, damn, I got X amount of dollars in my 401k. What the fuck is a 401k? Oh, you know what? I ain't going nowhere. You see what I'm saying? Now I ain't going nowhere. But being honest, my checks after child support and all that, listen, man, a phone call, you would make that. One phone, you got your paycheck that you just worked 80 hours for, and one phone call, my G, on my end, with 10 kids. Ain't no way I can live and raise these kids off this income. So I'm not going to the streets. So guess what? I'm about to hustle. I'm about to hustle these businesses. I'm about to hustle this life. This thing called life. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna hustle that. Like people don't understand it. You can hustle life. You can hustle your way through life. You can middleman your way through life. Me knowing you and knowing you, I could make some money off of just knowing you.
Turn your cuz I don't mean to interrupt. Turn your phone or there you go. Cause you keep coming out the frame. We want to get you in the frame. I told you this is the first live stream, so we want to try to there you go. Now we can see everything. We can see the I Turn Kennels hoodie and everything. So yeah, go ahead, keep going. My bad.
Nah, but it was hard. It is hard. But you got to be mentally strong to be able to do this. See, everybody's not built for this journey. Just like I probably wasn't built for your journey. You feel what I'm saying? I probably wasn't built for Brian's journey. But I was built for this. I was born for this. This is what I'm here to do.
Right. We all got journeys. Yeah.
Yeah, but I have accepted this. And it used to suck. That's what used to make you want to drink. I didn't never want to accept the fact that I'm gonna have to do this for the rest of my life. You see what I'm saying? With 10.
Yeah.
If each one of these kids had one kid, I got 10 grandkids.
You doing it though, cuz. I applaud you, man.
Crazy.
Yeah,
It's already crazy.
I applaud you. But hold on, I don't mean to want to cut you off. But so I want you to talk about the transition when you went from your oldest boy into your second group of kids. Like how was that journey, and you know what was the ups and downs that you went through with that journey when you know with your previous or ex, however you want to call it, the children you had with her. Like, give some feedback
That journey was even more aggressive. It was more aggressive than the first with just having the one son. Cause now I'm in my first place. I got my first apartment with a woman. Mm-hmm. And then we got 4 kids. So I'm overly aggressive in the streets. I'm like, everything, I don't care who you is, I gotta eat. So therefore, right. I was taking risks that I look back now and be like, oh, hell nah, you got me. You better not get in my car with that shit. How you used to do me, cuz, back in the day when I used to hop in your car, you used to be like, oh, hell nah, cuz. You gotta give me this, I'll hold this, you go to jail if they pull us over. Put your seatbelt. You know what I mean? I was just telling that. You know what I mean? I would tell somebody, right, if they got in my car with what I used to do, hey, bro, put that in your pocket. No, matter of fact, put it in your drawers. So when the police come, bro, I done told my son, when the police come and they pull us over, you're not my son. You going to jail.
Right.
Don't, like, real shit.
Right.
When he wanted to do that, like, listen, I pulled over. I'll never forget it. Pulled over. Hey, put that in your pocket. Take that out that book bag and put it in. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Now this is a journey of fatherhood for me. So what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Take that gun out of your book bag. How you know I got a gun? Listen, man, I'm the coldest with this shit. Put the gun out of your book bag on your hip. Come on, Pops. I ain't have nowhere to keep. I ain't worried about that. But that's yours. When they pull us over, that is yours. Don't say daddy this, daddy nothing. I'm gonna come and get you, but don't call me daddy. I'm giving you a ride. I don't even know. You know what I mean? I don't even know you, for real. So, like, I done been through them journeys as a father. I done locked my own son up before.
Right.
See what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, and back to the 4 kids, cause that all tunnel vision. That was tunnel vision.
And the funny thing, the crazy thing about that, I didn't know, and that's when we kind of linked back up and came into each other's lives too during that time frame. So I had just seen a one, and I was like, "Girl, you had another baby." Then next thing you know, boom, boom, boom. I was like, "Oh snap!" And we lived in the same area. I was about 10 minutes from you. I was in Loveland, and y'all was over in Phil Zerda over on Montgomery. So, that was
for a long time in my life. I distanced myself from a lot of people that I really, really, truly loved. Mm-hmm. For my own reasons. Right. For their safety. I ain't a big bad wolf, but I knew what I was doing wasn't looked upon for as far as my family. Right, so you got to think. Imagine me in the car with Brian, and something go down.
You call my nickname, man.
It's because of me, though. Yeah. It's been situations I done put him in that you know what I mean? But it was because of me, though. Mm-hmm. And this is after he came back into my life, after I thought I was going to be like, oh, I'm going to be cool. But he my anchor, though. Real talk. No bullshit. That's my anchor. That's my anchor right there.
I appreciate it.
I've always been my anchor. Because when your anchor ain't around, you just float. You know how it is on the boat. You just coast. You just
there. You're not, but you ain't moving.
He was my anchor as far as my fatherhood, because I watched him be a father. Like, damn, I ain't know how to be a father. Then you see him doing what he doing, like, damn, okay, I'm gonna try this. Damn, I don't know how you do that. I can't do that. Man,
hey, it was all trial and error, man. I was just going by the God's grace.
Then when you say that, ask me about that, that was tunnel vision. That was tunnel vision. There was one point in time in my life that I turned on the news and like, damn, it's been time, like, damn, bro, I ain't watched TV in 3 years. Or damn, bro.
So with that being tunnel vision, okay, we know that time frame in your life was all tunnel vision. You went through the ups and downs, and continue to raise your children. Now let's get into the part where you at now with your last 4, with your wife, because you're married. You even specified, dab into the fact that you're married now with four children, with your wife you with now, along with the fact that you're still raising, you're still coaching, you're still doing everything that you have to do as a father to take care of the other ones, and even your oldest boy. And now you about to become a granddad. So, woo.
Yeah.
So how did they even come apart? Like how did y'all even meet? How did y'all meet? And then how did she take the fact that you had all these other children?
So I was in the streets.
So you were still in the streets at this time, right? So at this time you still okay. I just want to make sure to clarify.
I'm trying to stay off one side of town. So I'm trying to stay off this side of town. So I ain't got to have the problems over there on that side of town that I already caused. So I end up running it. I actually seen her walking. Like, damn. She got some long ass legs. That's chocolate right there. Like, hey, look, at the time I'm like, it wasn't meant for this. This was like, man, she cool. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
But being like, we got to chilling and it was, I mean, it went from there, but she's the reason who I am today.
So you had to, hats off to your wife. I don't know if you want to say her name or not, but hats off to your beautiful wife that gave you 4 more children.
Yeah. So like when I first met her, it was like Bonnie and Clyde. We going and having fun. Yeah. And then one day, this what really clicked to me. One day, we ain't have nothing. I had just moved to Elmwood. I got an apartment, and I went out and I had bagged up some stuff, and I went and walked all day in the rain.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first time she threw a gym at me. She don't even know she is the reason. I'm gonna tell y'all why. Threw a gym at me. She said, "You see how you just came in here? You soaking wet. You've been walking out there all day. You did all that." She said, "Imagine going to do that and trying to find a job. As long as you was outside, imagine filling out an application at every place you walk past all day." I'm like, what? I don't want to hear that shit. But then you lay in the bed and you think about that shit. Like, damn. Mm-hmm. Like, imagine if I put the much effort that I put in the streets into myself. I'm like, damn, all right. That's the first gym. Then I'm like, shit, like, it was just crazy, man. And you said something about me letting her know I had 10 kids. Being honest.
Well, at that time, you didn't have 10 kids. You only had,
No, I had 6.
You had 6 at the time when you met her. Because I remember, I remember you living in Elmwood, and then you was selling cars at that time too. You was getting used cars selling too.
Yeah, I used to go to the city auction. Had a whole car lot.
You know, I remember stuff, so you already know.
Hey, look,
I'm bringing
the landlord. Look, man, the landlord. I was so cold. Because, you know, I'm a hustler, man. I told the landlord I was paying him extra rent just to use the parking lot that I live in as the lot to sell the cars on.
And I didn't even know that. I just knew you was selling cars, man. I just knew you was selling some cars at the time, man. I remember. I think I stopped down there a couple times when you stayed down there, so.
Yeah. But when I told her I had all these kids, she was like, but by that time I had a real den already.
Oh,
I had a real den. It wasn't no.
Where's she at? I know she's somewhere around. She ain't sleep. I know she ain't sleep.
Nah, but that's just being honest. You know, you do certain stuff, and then you expose certain stuff. You don't just be like, as soon as you meet one, I got 10 kids.
Yeah.
Nah, you gotta fillet it.
You gotta warm them up to it. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't just jump right in like, yay, my name's Steve. I got 10 kids. No, you can't. Bitch gonna be like, what? She gonna cross her legs on you like, hell nah. Get your ass. But shit, when I told her, like, it was like boom, she automatically accepted her mom. Automatically.
That's what's up.
There's no, or why you doing this, or why you doing that, or why you, it wasn't none of that. It's where the kids at. They with their mama. All right, go get them. I'm gonna keep them for the week. But I gotta, at the time I was doing property preservation my property preservation business was booming. So I'm always at work. But she ain't had no problem with keeping the kids. So that made me, I was able to be a more active father. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So this whole journey is like, for real, like she helped me through this journey because now you,
especially towards the end anyway, towards the end, once you already separated from your ex, and then, you know, the young days, you know, you got your oldest boy, he's still growing up and you know, working. So she helped mold you Because to be honest, I think
Until 1 a.m. today.
exactly, and I think to be honest, like our children, at some point in our life, as we raise them and continue to parent them, like they actually, because like I don't know if the saying, you know, anybody can be a daddy, but it takes a real man to be a father, and I think our children, in some sense, helps us to be the man, not just the man, but the father that we need to be. You know what I'm saying? They help create, they help mold, because a lot of stuff we don't know. We just, like you say, we shooting dice. Whole 7-Eleven. One of these got to work. You know what I'm saying? So our children, in some sense, I think helps us become the father that we are. Like I can definitely say that for me, personally. You know, that my children has helped mold me and basically, you know, created the father that I am. You know, because I always say that father and dad is two separate. They're two separate. You know, like I said, anybody can be a dad. But it takes a real man to be a father, and you know, but they coincide with each other, because you know, at times you have to be the dad, but then at times you have to be that father. So I truly do believe that, you know, our kids is the reason that creates us, to help us to be the fathers that we are. You know, so that's why we try to put so much into
it. It's a process that's gonna go on till we die.
Exactly. That's what exactly. So
learning on the fly.
Exactly. And every day is different. You know, it's a different something. You know, and if you got multiple kids, you know, there's so many different personalities. There's so many kids with different emotions compared to the other children. You can't yell at that kid like you yell at this kid, you know, and it's all a learning experience, you know, and because we become, like I said, we're not just a parent, we're a counselor, we a clergyman, you know, we all that, we the nurse, you know, so it's so much we learn on the fly, and we come across and learn with dealing with our children, especially like I said, for cuz, you know, he had multiple, so I can only apply him, and I can only respect and love what he's been through and what he's gone through and what he's doing now in his life. I always tell him, I say, man, I'm proud of you, man. I always say that, like, because like you said, he was running wild, and I never knew, like I said, how rough and, you know, bad he had it growing up. You know, I know so much because we, like I said, we pretty much grew up around each other, but when we got separated and went our different ways as we got older, especially, you know, when I left and got out of high school and was trying to figure out life and everything, like, dang, I didn't know what cuz was doing. I just would hear stories from his grandma, was just my auntie, like, yeah, boy out there doing this, doing that, running for the police, getting shot at, all this type of stuff. So I'm like, dang, cuz, he get it together, man. And he did. He got it together. And I always tell, I said, cuz, I envy you, man. I want what you have in reference to what he has in reference to the life he has now with being married and having a family, and he's locked in. He's like my oldest son always tell my younger one to play football, like, you gotta get locked in, Chuck. You gotta get locked in. And so cuz locked in, man. And I always say that. I said, good. I love what you do. I applaud you. I'm proud of you. If nobody else tells you, I am. You know, so, you know, his journey has been a journey in itself. He could write a book, almost a movie, in reference to
I was just about to say he could write a book.
He can. I tell him,
you know when you say that about
Arthur, you need to be talking to him.
You know, when you say about your kids making you to who you are as a father, right?
Mm-hmm.
That starts at day one. Now, the time that you recognize it, that's where it matters at. Because I can say that all these years of me going through what I was going through, I had a child at 15, I never recognized the signs that my son was giving me to change.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, wow. God, that's deep.
So when you say that, you got to think, when you said that, when did I actually start? In my head, I thought, like, damn, when did I actually start accepting the signs? You see what I'm saying? And now that you make me reminisce about it, I can say, like, probably when my son used to say he ain't like when I drink, or I see my son, I started recognizing my son walk. I'm drunk and don't even want to be at the house with me no more. He's 13, 12, 14. He don't even want to be in the house. He want to go over his cousin's house or something. Like, that was my first sign. So when you said that, it made me think deeper into this thing called fatherhood. Like, you see what I'm saying? Because It's a lot of different sides. My kids, like you said, I got 10 different personalities. I got to deal with different personalities and all that stuff, different people. And then you got to think,
And
them
then
10 kids
some
got
say,
3 different personalities in one kid. No, because kids go through mental shit too.
No, you're right. Trauma, childhood trauma, man, child trauma. You know, the good and the bad and the ugly, man. It's part. It's
like it's like, yeah. Make you tap in on your mind when you like just talking. It's making you reminisce about like the journey for real. Not just we ain't telling no. Let's tell a cool story about fatherhood on the podcast.
No,
like this making you tap in and really figure out.
It's educational. That's the purpose of the podcast. It's educational, and it also gives some, like I said, it gives some insight on people that might have went through what we went through, or what you went through, or what a big bro Ant went through, or what they haven't experienced yet, and just to prepare them for that journey if that arises into their life. Before we close out, cuz, what can you offer to people that's following, that's listening, like in reference to any recommendations on how to deal with the fact of having multiple children, or just having children in general, or in that, like you stated, like you was in the streets, how you went through from being in the streets to becoming your own entrepreneur, along with having a full-time job and being a full-time father. What advice, or what words of encouragement you feel that you can give the people out there?
For all the young fathers, or any father, it don't have to be young, any father that's going through anything, and with his parents and stuff, it takes patience. And you got to be patient with yourself. It ain't about patience with everything else that's going on. You got to be patient with yourself and self-love. Like you gotta really tap into yourself, because you never understood it when your mama used to say, if you ain't right, they ain't gonna be right.
Exactly.
How can you do something? How can you make sure your kid's good if you ain't good? But being good ain't just having money. Being good is mentally, physically,
spiritually.
You gotta tap in. You gotta tap in. You got that street life is for the birds. It's for the birds. Because I'm gonna tell you something too.
Can y'all see that tattoo?
What you got there, big bro? What you got, bro?
Hakuna Matata.
Kumata. I love it. I like it.
No,
mean those words.
We all got it tattooed on us.
Hey.
And for the fathers that's going through any baby mama drama, I'm about to tell y'all right now, you cannot give up.
Oh.
They're gonna do everything in their might to discourage you to be a part of that child's life. And then when you ain't a part of that child's life, they're gonna make you look like a deadbeat. So this is what you do. You pursue the course just like they pursue the course for you. When they want their money, they go downtown and they have them doing what they supposed to do, right? That same method can work for you too.
Right.
Okay. Don't give up. Don't just be like, oh, I'm tired. I quit. I ain't on this. And then when the kid get 20 years old, talking about some, well, your mama this, no, man.
You didn't create that relationship that y'all needed, that child needed.
Go do what you gotta do, bro. I got 10 kids. 10 kids. Got shared parenting for 4. Got living with 4. That's 8. My oldest son just 20 years old and still relies on me on different levels of life, because now he is mentally needing me.
Right, exactly.
It's not about the money. It's about the keys to life that I got to get in him, but I would never have if I just didn't work on myself and my mind, body, and soul. You got to be all in tune and one. Because like OG Ant, he'll tell you, it's game that he got to give his daughters, that some game he don't even want to tell them, because that's the game he used to use on women. But they got to know.
Exactly.
They got to know. You got to think. I'm sorry, I'm getting into whole nother conversation. I got 15-year-old
you good,
girls.
cuz. You good. You go ahead.
Tap into this. I got 15-year-old girls. I'm talking about beautiful young ladies. I'm talking about beautiful. So it's like, I know what the teens want. So I gotta tell my daughter straight, and they say, "Daddy, you just blunt. Don't be giving that for JJ up, because once you give it up, you ain't valuable no more." You gotta think, if everybody can get a piece, you don't even matter no more. If you want to stay relevant, close your legs.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So it's stuff like that, conversations you gotta have and you gotta
with your
do.
children,
And sometimes it don't work because I got a 15-year-old daughter that's pregnant right now. And it killed me to the bottom of my heart because like the way they played me on it is like, so you gotta be mentally strong, bro. Like you see what I'm saying? You gotta be mentally strong, bro. They like you gotta be mentally strong and you can't crash out.
Right.
You can't beat a bitch up. You can't go beating the baby dad, the boyfriends up, the baby daddies up. You can't go none of that, bro. You gotta lock in, like Cuz just said. You gotta lock in. You gotta go hard. You gotta go hard. You gotta make them. You gotta make them wish that they ain't never ever have a baby with you because you giving them so much hell the right way. Cause some people only know how to function the wrong way.
That's true.
Real talk. Some people don't know how to play the game right. Some people don't know how to play the game right. So now, 10 kids, 1 grandbaby on the way. That's 11 kids. Because that girl, 15 years old, that's my baby.
Pretty much.
This girl's not going to be, she can't even, she's still asking for lunch money. She don't even know how to catch the bus. She don't know how much milk costs. She don't know how much diapers cost. And it's hard because when you try to give them this game, and the mother eyes you bad, are you wrong? Are you stressing them out? Come on now, let me tell you something. When I was 15 having a kid, I wish my mom and daddy would have said this. This what I'm trying to do is what I wish they would have did for me. So I'm gonna give you what I didn't have. And that's what we always say. Oh, I want to give my kids what I didn't have in life. And sometimes it's not the materialistic things. Sometimes it's knowledge. Yeah. Sometimes it's leading them, curving them from that path that they think they're going down. You can give them some game, like look, and you can relate to them because they your blood, so you know how they thinking, you know how they process. Girl, boy, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? Only thing I haven't encountered with these kids yet, and I'm gonna say yet, is having a male boy that's gay. I done been through everything else, and that ain't even a problem for me because I'm comfortable with me. Right. That's on you, brother. You feel me? So I'm still. So you prepare yourself for stuff as a father when you got so many kids, bro. Yeah. You gotta think outside the box. I didn't think about no pregnancy at 37 years old. I'm about to be a grandfather. Right. This girl is 15. Then what if the next one have a baby when she 18? Right. What if my son is 20 pop up with a baby? So now so much that you have to prepare yourself for. And you know what it do? That's why I tell you. It builds character. It builds character. I'm trying to tell y'all young fathers, don't give up. Lock in. Go hard. Every time something come up, any father, I don't care who you are, you could be a millionaire and have situations that money can't fix. Don't give up. Right. Keep pushing, bro. It's a season for everything in life. I didn't get where I'm at like just overnight, y'all. No, we know. That's why I'm glad and that's for the people. I'm glad you here on the podcast because I didn't think we were going to be able to do it in person. And like going through this transition of doing this live stream, like I said, this is the first time for Parental Unplugged podcast to be doing a live stream, and hopefully it turns out fine. And like I said, I know that my production team is going to do what they do in order to make it be as successful as it needs to be. But like I said, in closing, I applaud you, cuz I continue. I love you to death. We talk all the time. And like I said, hats off to you. The General, thank you for coming on. I know we caught you. Hold on, wait. We gotta add the co-host. Hold on, wait, cuz. I'm sorry. What? Now, come on. Come on, the General. That's what we're going to call it, the General, right? Is it a question that you got or something you want to ask me? Yeah. Is there anything you want before we get out of here? That probably, like, tickled your brain and made you wonder or whatever? Not really. You know what? Because it's your story from what I hear. Journey was very relatable. All I'm thinking is like, damn. So like the one thing I'm getting from the podcast is everybody got their same journey, a different journey, but the end goal is the same: to be a good parent, good father. And everybody got a different route. So like, I'm like comparing as you talking. I'm comparing my situation. Like, man, what made me do it this way? I think I had all my
I'm not gonna say bad stuff before I had my daughters, and by the time I had my daughters, I was already in my mind ready.
Okay,
So I knew like my kid's mother, the first girl, she was my first girlfriend, technically. Both her parents was together, so I had a good, like, seeing her family made me want to be better. It was like the kind, you know, ate dinner together every day, mother and father in the house, the brothers, everybody. And I'm fresh off, I'm reckless. Like, she didn't even know my life story until my brother had died. I think this had to be probably like 5 years later, and we at the repast, and she listened to all my friends talk. I look over at her, she like who the fuck they talking about?
You were,
like,
bro, what the hell?
She didn't know my, like, when I met her, I changed my, like, they call me Aunt Jones now. That's my real name, but nobody knows me by that name. I changed my name, everything. Like, I went away so long, I forgot what a crackhead looked like. We moved to the suburb, and I just disconnected myself from all my friends. Like, you know, and I'm like, damn, I'm listening to you, like, you made me remember what I went through. Like, I done disconnected so long that I'm like, damn.
That's where I'm at right now, big general. I'm disconnected.
You said big old general.
But I'm really disconnected. And it's being and you saying that's where I'm at.
Would you say it's a good thing or a bad thing?
I do got a question. I'm sorry, Brian.
Go ahead.
Use?
No, you go ahead.
My thing. So, listening to your journey, and I'm going by my journey. The one thing that helped me was when I was selling drugs. I applied my laws and my discipline from doing that to everything in life, and that's how I feel I became successful, because I wasn't selling drugs no more, but I was using the same thought process that I was doing the hustle.
Same process.
No matter what job I was doing, no matter what I was doing in life, I applied those rules to that. Like, even when I got my first job, I was a marketing trainer, and I literally, when I would get somebody young like me come in, I would present my, you know, not in front of corporate, obviously, but like, look, we hustling. You know, my first job was at Circuit City. It was an electronics store. I'm like, the product is your dope. The TVs, the VCRs, the customers is your fiends. Same way you put the press on to get your money from that, that's how you do your sales. Like I said, my average check was like $4,500. They were like, who the fuck is this dude? But I was so mentally advanced to them in the working. And that's what I applied to everything. You know, the hustle, growing up with a struggle, it helps. I think it helps you more than an average person who's just like green to everything.
So,
like it surprises me no more. You can't surprise me with nothing. I done been homeless. I done been rich. I done been poor. My mom was a prostitute. My daddy was a pimp. I was born in New York, moved to Cleveland, moved to Chicago, Cabrini Green. Like, I didn't, like, when my book come out, they're gonna be like, what the fuck? You're like,
hey, my family went, and they all went to Vegas. So my mom left, my aunts left. Were the ones that I can go to their house. Like, my Aunt Linda, I can go, I can do whatever in the world and go to her house. I ain't did nothing. In her eyes, I ain't did nothing. She had the street mentality. She knew what the streets was. So in her eyes, I'm like, I ain't doing nothing. My Aunt Treva, in her eyes, I'm pulling up, man. I ain't doing nothing. But everybody left. Everybody left. I lived in a car for a whole year. I had a Dodge Daytona, 89 Dodge Daytona.
He said
5 days for me. I ain't have a year, but I slept in the car for 5 days.
5 days.
Listen, all my clothes was in the car, and I gotta think, I still got my son. I still got a son. All my clothes in the car. I get my clothes out the car, and I go to different female house, or I pay a female to trap out their house, so I take showers there. You see what I'm saying? And I just survived. And like you said, the mentality of the streets into my life now, yes, to a certain extent, because I had to take out the aggressive part.
Right.
Because I'm like, with me coming from that part, I'm naturally aggressive now. So it's like, I'm sometimes too stern, sometimes be too aggressive about a situation when it ain't even got to be that. But I had to learn to channel that out, because you don't have to use aggression in this era of life right now. You see what I'm saying?
You know what? Can I not to switch it, but this is about you, Brian. So listen, so he like triggering everything. So when you be around certain people, like I'm 51, so like I didn't seen so many people, technique of fathering. When I'm over Brian in them house, I be like, Brian, strict as fuck. I'm like, this nigga's he's a fucking drill sergeant. I see it works.
It's a method to my madness. I always say that.
The process is different no matter, everybody got their own process. And when I look at it, like, so I met Brian through a family that I'm not, so Brian's girl now is like she's my god sister, but I met her through, like, it all just happened. So like the house Brian's in now with her was my safe space. Yeah. To stay away from the streets. His now, what we call her, your stepmother.
Who that?
Liv, his girl's mother-in-law, accepted me into their house.
Yeah.
And her house was like really the hub for all the gangsters. Like, no matter, all of us was beefing, when we got to their house, you had to throw it out the window, and when you get outside, start it back up. Yeah, it was like an open door. So like that was like my safe haven. So when Brian came, I'm like, oh, he about to fuck up. Like, who's this nigga coming over to the house? But he accepted me with open arms. I accepted him.
You accepted me with open arms. Yeah. That's why this big bro, man. He was the first one to show me. Well, not the first one, but to really get me out and show me the city and show me the little hot spots. And when you go with him, make sure you got some money in your pocket, because you're gonna be buying stuff that you weren't expecting.
I was telling you, it's tight everywhere we go.
I was like, I don't think I need that, but you need it. I think you might. You know what? I'm gonna get it. God. Yeah. But definitely, man. And I guess I always say it's a method to my madness, man. A reason. And then I got all boys. Like, cuz got a mixture. I got all boys, all in one. One area, and it's just like
2 girls.
I always say this with boys. They like little puppies. They like little puppies. You have to redirect them.
It's all manipulation, mental manipulation. It sounds evil. It sounds evil.
No, that's exactly what it is.
But you gotta manipulate this. I'm being honest, bro. You gotta manipulate your child into the direction that you need them to go. And everybody has their own manipulation tactic.
What works for me might not work for nobody. You know what I'm saying? Might not work for everybody.
Some people use whoopings. Some parents use talking. Some parents use doing stuff on a routine constantly over and over and over again, to where it becomes just common for them.
Right. See, what you just said is this. That's why I say it's so crazy, because you say that, like, your thought process is mine. Like, I have a saying. I'm a poet too, so I don't know if we told you that. So I'm a professional poet. But one of my taglines is, I paint verbal pictures so clear that I leave no room for assumptions. So when I say something to speak to my daughters, I know what I'm putting in their mind, and I don't want them to assume nothing. Well, Daddy, I thought you meant this. You didn't think I meant that, because I told you exactly what I want. You got to be stern, blunt, and that's why I laugh at Brian when I hear him talking to his son. He's very stern and direct. So they can't say, oh, but I thought you meant this, Dad. No, you didn't. He told you exactly what he meant, and you got to put it in their mind and get. They say manipulate might be a creepy sounding word, but you do know.
It's true.
I say redirection, because I like redirection and how, and
that's more.
Or no, like y'all say, use lock in. You got to get them to lock in.
Lock in, basically. Yeah, there you go. That's it. There you go. So
that's there you go. That's better.
There we go. So with that said, I think we covered every topic today in reference to parenting in this particular episode. And like, again, hats off. I thank everybody for coming on tonight and chopping it up. And
I don't want to cut you off. Steve, you on Instagram?
Yes. Yeah, I'm on Instagram.
Make sure you follow me, Brian.
Okay, I got you.
@turnkindles_513.
Okay. We gonna lock out in it. Any shout outs, and you want to throw out anything in reference to what you got going on? I know we talked a little bit about the
seasoning to be back on the market tomorrow.
seasoning. What's the name of the season so people can know? You don't got nothing to show, do you? Right now, or in front of you, do you?
Yep. Hold on.
If you don't. If you don't worry about it. We he left out the camera. I said we gonna come back. I know you got it. We gonna come back to it because I like this.
That, man, listen. You listen, ask the to show him. Hey, that's
show him his product.
Show him his pack.
And his product is dope. His product is dope. That's the good thing about it. His product is dope. That's why I said this is the podcast is set up to highlight fathers and even in Ant's situation, he's a grandfather and you about to become a grandfather. So to highlight what we are doing in our lives personally, and then in our children's lives, because we gonna continue raising and and parenting our children, to the day we die. No matter how old our children get, just like our parents do us the same way. And but like I said, once he come back, we gonna close out this segment. Like I said, huh?
Y'all don't see me?
You ain't in the camera
Yeah, we
yet.
got you.
I don't see you.
I got you.
That's weird. That's why I said this is all new to Parental Unplugged podcast, and we trying it out to see if it works. Like I said, we got some very good content today. A great conversation. We came here and chopped it up. Is definitely basically what I was trying to do and what I want to do, and we did that. Did you show? I didn't see it. Ant, did you show us the?
You can see me now?
I can see you. Excuse me. I can see you now.
It ain't in the bottle yet. It's ready to get loaded.
Cuz you see it? Do you see it, Steve?
Yeah. So what's that, like a seasoning salt or?
It's an all-purpose, no sodium seasoning.
It's good. He gave us some. We ran out by then. It was a minute ago, but he's the guru, cuz with seafood, everything in reference to seafood. I mean,
he said when you follow me, see my page, you'll see.
You're gonna see his page.
Hey, see, this is networking too, because
definitely this is why again this is part of the concept of my podcast.
Ideas in their head that can help.
I'm trying to get him to come up here, and he dragging his feet, man. I'm trying to get him to come up here, man.
You got to come up.
I told him that. Look, I told you. This became my home. This is my second home, cuz I tell you that.
Come on to the land.
Everybody can.
I done came up there and did some boxing matches before, but I haven't.
That was like when you was like 10 years old. You 37.
Yeah. You always had to go through Cleveland.
Yeah, whatever.
We only went 4.5 hours away.
3.5. It ain't nothing. I've been trying to tell.
Y'all want me to be honest? You want me to be honest?
Hold on, but look, let me close out. Let me close out this segment, then we can still chop it up on here. So,
go ahead.
As I close this out, this is my thing I do every time when I close out, and I always say I'm a father that's navigated this world of parenting with one episode and one podcast at a time.
Yeah.
And I thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Father's important, blesses his children. I'm speaking the truth, I'm speaking to you. I pray we evolve, I pray we don't fall. I pray we don't fall, I pray we don't fall. Parental unplugged. Yeah. Fatherless children, they roam in the street. Abandonment issue, know some of us love. Parental unplugged. Yeah. Gotta evolve, gotta stay active, gotta stay active, gotta stay active, gotta be active. Parental unplugged.